We are back. That's right. We are back to Football 101. We are back. We are officially back. Yes, I am the Beatle. I am officially back. I'm almost losing my voice already. It's been an exciting week number 3. Number 3. Football 101, and I'm going to get to the major highlights of the NFL. The NFL. Oh, let me just say right up front, college football as well. Wow, Texas A&M takes it out. Texas A&M comes back. That's right. Yes, I give a shout out to Texas A&M right up front. And there's been great games in college, but I'm getting straight to it now. Two teams that are 3-0. Two teams that are 3-0. It's the Miami Dolphins. It's the Dolphins. The Dolphins are 3-0. That's right. I predicted the Dolphins to do well already in Football 101. The magazine. As I was scouting them during the summertime and training camp, well, the Dolphins just turned 3-0. They beat the Bills. 21-19. It was a showcase. Of the Dolphins defense against Josh Allen's Bills. And man, this was a contest playing in Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Dolphins. And yes, Tua, my boy Tua was making some throws, baby. He was making the throws. Everybody was stepping up. Waddle. My boy Tyreek Hill, he made a couple of catches, but it was really a team effort. Completely a team effort. They did not break. They just kept coming. And I just looked at their Dolphins defense. They were matching up on the Bills offense. Yes, they were matching up one-on-one. They were just matching up from the start. They were playing man coverage, seemed like all the way through, confusing Josh Allen. Even when Josh Allen had an easy touchdown, he threw the ball short on one potential touchdown. And they lost it on 4th and a couple of yards. And then by the end, I'm getting straight to it. By the end, the Dolphins defense stepped up and the Bills ran out of time. Couldn't even stop the clock. So again, Tua stepped up again and again. As a matter of fact, he got rocked. Severely with a hand injury and a back injury. And he was barely making it. They had to take him out during a couple of plays. Bring him back in. He passed concussion protocol, and it was really his back. And in the post-game conference, Tua said his back was just tightening up, and he just fought through it and was still able to deliver the ball. Man, it was across the field, and you saw the defense step up. Xavier Howard, man, he stepped up. The defense was flying around, really confusing Josh Allen, and got him out of their routine. And let me just say, Mike McDaniel, I saw the press conference afterwards. Mike McDaniel, I get so impressed with Mike McDaniel every time I hear him and see him in the press conference. He is so daggone deep when he breaks things down. And he just says, I'm not trying to be a philosopher. I'm just telling my team, this is how we can improve ourselves. One game at a time. He said it was just about trying to improve themselves. It wasn't about getting into the hype. Not at all. He's not a hype person. He said, how do we improve ourselves in this game? That was the message that he gave to the team. How do you want to improve yourself? All the way through. And they proved it it was a complete team effort. And he said we needed balance. We needed the defense stepped up. We needed the offense to make critical plays plays across the board. And he just said it was a team effort. And it was just one win. And he said he's ready to move on. But that was a great win. And again, it was just something. He said Tua has learned a lot from that experience. He said he doesn't know how he will be the next few days, but that's something that players have to deal with in game. You're going to have some slight injuries, not feeling, all at 100%, but you gotta play through it. And so that's what 2A did, and that's what the Dolphins did, and so they're 3-0. That's right, 3-0, and the other 3-0 team are the Philly Eagles. With my boy, oh man, the Eagles fly. And Jalen Hurts just looks so comfortable in the pocket now. He just looks so daggone comfortable. He was throwing the ball. He was really throwing the ball a lot to Devontae Smith. Let me just give props to Devontae Smith, stepping up, making big-time catches, made a big-time TD at the end of the first half, but he was making big-time down-the-field catches when he was covered. He's stepping up. It looks like he's doing a little bit extra work on in the training camp and getting through his injuries now. He's looking a bit smoother now that he has A.J. Brown on the outside of him, because Devontae Smith plays the slot. Devontae is the outside receiver. And yes, A.J. Brown gets his physical touchdown. He catches the ball and just maneuvers his way, carries the DB back into the end zone, and they were actually winning 17-0 at a time, and then 24-0 at half, and they were very impressed. The Eagles' defense was too much for Wentz. Wentz was sacked 8 times. Wentz was sacked 8 times, and again, he finally got the ball to Terry McLaurin. I don't know why the Commanders and Wentz doesn't get the ball to McLaurin all the time and Samuel all the time. Again, they're two big playmakers. It seems like they do the same daggone play again and again. Wentz is too slow to get back in the pocket with the pass rush like the Philly Eagles, and the Eagles were just bringing it all day long, and so they got their win very easily, very straightforward and commanding. They were commanding the Commanders. That's right, the Eagles were commanding the Commanders. So again, a shout out to my boy Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, like I viewed them and researched them and just appreciated their camaraderie and their connection, particularly when I saw it during training camp. It just plays. I mean, when you have that type of connection, it's going to play out in the game throughout the season, and it's going to affect the other players. And so the chemistry between A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts is obviously spilling over with Devontae Smith, because Devontae wants to prove himself as well, and that's improving his game. So the Eagles are 3-0. The other 3-0, they are the only 3-0 team in the NFL during week number 3. So now let me get to the other games. I had to get those up front. Monday Night Football, Cowboys win 23-16 with a special catch by C.D. Lamb, even though he dropped a catch earlier in the game. And they beat the inspiring Giants with Saquon. Saquon still looking good, still trying to. They just need to, spread out the offense a little bit more. Daniel Jones still needs to continue to be more creative. I like the opportunities that the head coach is giving him, but again, it was too much. Now, here's another. I'm going to say this about their number 1 pick, Thibodeau. I think it's Thibodeau. Not impressed. Okay, the defensive edge rusher from Oregon. Not impressed thus far. I watched him throughout that game. He doesn't have a technique, and so he's not getting that. He had a pass rush that deflected the ball or something like that, but his game is not up to that upper level yet. And I think he just really needs to go back to, not go back, but learn technique as an edge rusher. So Thibodeau, he has some ways to go to truly make an impact on that Giants defense. But I really like the way the Giants came out that night. It was a whiteout, so to speak, in MetLife Stadium. Really still love the crew of Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. Troy Aikman and Joe Buck loving it on ABC, ESPN, Monday Night Football, and also the simulcast. Let me give a shout out to Eli Manning and Peyton Manning. Eli and Peyton on their they're funny. Come on. Eli funny. And matter of fact, Peyton was wearing a t-shirt of Eli when Eli did this shtick for trying to make going through a trial, a training camp, not training camp, but trying to make the team on, I think it was Penn State, and he did this for his own show. That was funny. I mean, naturally they do some, but you can see how Peyton, let me just say, Eli, he wasn't even thinking about being diplomatic during the broadcast. It was because it was his Giants team. He was serious. He was so worried. He was so concerned. And I was just saying, Eli, ease up, man. You're not playing anymore. I know it's your Giants, but this is the new Giants. It's okay. You calm down, Eli. Calm down, Eli. But that was great. That was great. I tuned in on that. They're excellent in the simulcast. So the Cowboys win 23-16. And let me just say, yes, the number 88, they did this big hype. But that's the reason I don't get into Cowboys. But Jerry Jones stirred up the pot again, saying that the quarterback, Cooper Rush, may just challenge Dak Prescott for starting quarterback. Hello. Yeah. That's what your owner does. He stirs up the pot and says Cooper Rush may just be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season. So it's just a matter of time, maybe, when we may see Dak Prescott on his way out of Dallas. Another controversy in Cowboy land. Please. Okay, next, now I'm going to go through some scores. Steelers, Browns. Browns beat the Steelers 29-17. Steelers just didn't look good. No pass rush, no nothing. Allowed the Browns to, really beat them at the run. And, their rushing attack was stellar. Couldn't stop their running attack. Steelers just don't have the QB and don't have no major offensive threat. So the Browns won that one, 29-17. Panthers beat the Saints, 22-14. Panthers defense stepped up and did a great job. Now, what can you say about the Panthers? They're okay. Their defense is okay. Baker Mayfield, he made plays. It's that the Saints with not Geno. I'm messing up the quarterback. Saints with Jameson, they're just not threatening. No offensive power. Kamari, they just don't have it. They don't have enough offense. And the Saints were flying around. It's just that they don't have no offense. And Jameson Winston doesn't scare anybody. Even he can't get the ball off fast enough to his wide receivers. Olave, Dag. Come on. Get the ball to him. So the Saints are going to just be pretty up and down. Panthers, they won at home. Okay, there you go. So we finished all of that. Texans and Bears, this was a solid game. Coming back to Chicago. The head coach of the Texans coming back to Chicago. The Bears win it 23-20. And the Texans quarterback Mills is still playing pretty solid. He threw TDs to their tight end Akins, and the Texans really made this a game with their defense. The Bears running back Khalil Herbert was surprising, small and strong. Made some great cuts and running through people. Made some key first downs and touchdown. Defense. What was really outstanding in this was the Bears' defense making critical plays. And unfortunately, let me just say this: Justin Fields, he started to look better, but he threw some bad interceptions. really 2 bad interceptions, deep interceptions, and he just needs time. He needs to calm down, because he almost just blew the game for the Bears. So again, it was the Bears defense coming up and making that field goal at the end, but Lovie Smith tried to come back to the Bears and couldn't get that win. So, but you give them credit. Texas play hard. So again, the Bears win that one, 23-20. Colts versus Chiefs. Colts win. Colts win. Colts win. Colts win. Colts win. Indy Colts win 20-17. Yes, they took it to Mahomes. But Matty Ice, it was really about Matty Ice stepping up. Matty Ice finally stepped up and made some critical throws. He got the ball out early. Got the ball out early, and really put pressure, constant pressure on the Chiefs' defense. And the Colts' offense ran very well, and finally getting the running attack in play. So they just sped up their offense and their defense. I knew their defense was coming around, and so they won that game, deservingly so. 2017 over on the Chiefs, and they beat Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs. So the Colts got their win. Okay, and so next game, Lions versus Vikings. Oh man, the Lions gave up. They were winning 14-0 in this game at the very beginning, and they gave up more and more easy plays. They lost this game 28-24 in the last few seconds in the last few minutes of the game. Dalvin Cook looked good running for the Vikings, but I believe he got hurt towards the end. Adam Thielen got his 50th touchdown catch. Adam Thielen got his, what can I say? Adam Thielen got his 50th TD catch. And KJ, Osborne got a 45-yard touchdown at the very end. My gosh, Vikings look good. They came back. Jamal Williams for the Detroit Lions ran very well, scored 2 touchdowns, lost the ball on 1, and then St. Brown, wide receiver St. becoming a star for the Detroit Lions. But it was just sad to see. Yes, sad to see that my Lions gave up that lead, and it was hard. They deserved to win this game, but again, you gotta finish, and that's what the Coach Campbell wants the Lions to do. They have to learn how to finish a game. They're just not there yet. So emerging stars are coming for the Detroit Lions. It's just that and Jared Goff played really good. I give him credit. He's stepping up. So give Jared Goff credit. It's just that the Vikings and Cousins made enough plays and finally got into their groove by the second half. So there you go. And then the Ravens versus the Patriots. Complete domination. I think a complete domination by the Ravens, and Lamar Jackson looking so good running and throwing the ball. His sidearm, he's like pew, pew, pew. Pew. He throws that ball like pew. So he was scoring, looking good. What I was kind of laughing about is, Matt Jones, quarterback for the Patriots, he scores a running touchdown in the first quarter. I think the first touchdown, Mac Jones scores. They're in Patriot land, and he actually, when he scores a touchdown, Mac Jones, he actually did his little form of gritty dance, and then, but by the end, Mac Jones got injured. He had to hobble off the field because they got trounced by the Ravens defense, got punished, and he wasn't dancing by the end. Mac Jones was hobbling off the field. Check the tape. He was hobbling off the field. There you go, Bama. There you go, Patriots. The Ravens put some hurting on you. So the Ravens win 37-26. There you go. Don't do too much dancing, Mac. Mac Jones. Okay, next game, Bengals Jets. Bengals win 27-12 over the Jets. They got back to business. Joe Burrow looked good, solid. Wilson continued to. Wilson, the wide receiver for the Jets, continued to flash, looking good, as well as. Let me just say, Sauce Gardner, DB for the Jets. Man, I watched him again, play by play. He's a pretender, y'all. I'm just telling you, Sauce Gardner, cornerback for the Jets. He's a pretender. He's a big, rangy guy, but he's a pretender. Check him out every time you see him play. Man up, you see the real Sauce Gardner against top-notch wide receivers. He was matched up with what's his name? The number one wide receiver for the Bengals, and he wasn't impressive. Okay, Jamar Chase. I'll get it. Jamar Chase. Wow, and he just wasn't impressive. So again, it's a matter of the Bengals came out and executed. The Jets and Flacco, they did their best. Okay, they didn't have their A team, but the Bengals needed to get that win. And again, I was really just looking at Sauce Gardner because I'm a DB. I'm going to check out DBs. And I'm just not impressed by Sauce Gardner, y'all. You know me. When I see a player not performing up to number one expectations, I'm going to call him out. That's what we do on Football 101. We call players out. And I'm calling Sauce Gardner out. Again. So that might be a running theme for my shows. So let me move on. So Bengals win 27-12. Next game, very quickly, Raiders lose against the Titans. Raiders lose against it, and for the life of me, I don't understand why Derek Carr is not getting the ball to Davante Adams, because I saw part of this game as well throughout the first half, and Davante Adams was frustrated. He was running a goal pattern, a post pattern right in the end zone, wide open. He was motioning. Derek Carr was not even looking at it. And then Davante just threw up his hands. Oh my gosh. Derek Carr. What are you doing? Allowing the Titans to get in their groove. Derrick Henry. They allowed Derrick Henry to get in his groove. He was running. I said, what's wrong with the Raiders defense? They weren't even crowding the box against him. So, they got some stuff to deal with offensively and defensively with the Raiders, but I would have to say I'm going to call out Derek Carr not getting the ball to his number one boy. Come on, you bring him there. Like I said, you got to feature him. You got to put him in the backfield. You got to when the press comes, just throw the ball. It doesn't matter. Throw the ball to him. Oh man, sad to see that one. Next game. Jaguars beat my Chargers. I have to give it up. Jaguars came to play. They came to play. Trevor Lawrence came to play. Trevor Lawrence looked good. He was solid in the pocket. He was throwing his ball with precision and decisive in his throws. They dominated the Chargers. I was shocked because I thought the Chargers were, even though they didn't have their number one personnel out there, and Justin Herbert, my boy, they were rocked. They were just clueless in this game. The Jaguars just came and beat them physically, and they had great speed. So I think it was a big surprise for the Chargers. And coach got to get them up to speed real fast, because that was a surprise. But I got to give the Jaguars and the head coach, and they got ETN in the mix. Zay Jones caught a couple touchdowns, or a touchdown or so, and the other Jones Senior caught a touchdown. So I don't know what's happening Yet the Chargers defense, Khalil Mack was doing his best. I don't know if Joey Bosa got hurt, but my boy, the safety, he was doing his deal. But the rest of the Chargers was lethargic. They were getting beat to the point. So give props to Trevor Lawrence, and I think he's Player of the Week in the AFC in the conference. Impressive. Next game, Rams versus Cardinals. Come on, Cardinals have no defense. Murray, he didn't have no Hopkins. AJ Green was injured. It looked pathetic out there. Even though they still made it kind of close. Rams are not that daggone good. Rams were just running the ball on them through their defense. The linebackers for the Cardinals are a joke. Defense was just downright pathetic. Like I said, the Cardinals, coach gotta go. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Coach gotta go. The defense is bad. We know Murray's not going anywhere, but the defense is pathetic with the Cardinals. And the Rams are not that daggone good. Yeah, they giving it Cooper Kupp got his catches. But you allow the Rams just run on you like that? Up the middle? Just running over folks. Pathetic. So the Cardinals, I'm calling the Kingsbury, you gotta go. This has got to be a firing early in the season. Kingsbury, you gotta go. You hear that? You gotta go. I'm through. And I'm not a Cardinals fan, but it just looked bad. Next game. I love my Falcons. I love my Atlanta Falcons. They beat Seattle Seahawks 27-13. Yes, my boy Marcus Mariota. He still made bonehead mistakes, but he was getting the ball out to Pitts, the tight end, and to London. Man, they have revved up. I love their offense, and then letting Cordell Purser do the physical. Every time he gets the ball, it looks like he's running a kickoff. Cordell Patterson is just in the backfield, look like he's just running a kickoff. You shoot him out of a gun, a cannon. He just go. He's just running so physical. Love Cordell Patterson. Keep giving the ball to Cordell. Keep throwing to the Pitts and to London. Yeah, the Falcons made enough plays. Their defense is flying around. Again, I really like the Falcons. I think Marcus Mariota, just calm down. Just don't make any stupid bonehead plays at the end to put your defense in a bad situation. Just don't make some silly plays, Marcus Mariota. But he simmered that. I think he's just too excited about being the starter after a few years. So the Falcons win, beat the Seahawks. Oh yeah, okay. Packers versus Buccaneers. The Packers beat my Buccaneers. Yes, the puppet master Aaron Rodgers. He didn't do much, but they beat the Buccaneers 14-12. The bottom line is the Buccaneers have no running attack. They need help in the run game. The running back cannot do it himself. He's an outstanding running back, but he cannot do it. They need to diversify the running attack. And in the press conference, Brady, as well as the head coach, said, they just make too many mistakes. And here's the deal, y'all. Here's the deal. Brady is working with nothing but third and fourth team players. He doesn't have his A game. He doesn't have Chris Godwin. He doesn't have Julio Jones. He didn't have Mike Evans. These was all backups. Dropping the ball. Cage Jr. Dropping the ball. Russell Cage Jr. He's dropping the touchdowns again and again. And you got Scotty Miller. You got Perriman. They even signed Cole Beasley. You know you're desperate when you sign Cole Beasley from the Bills. So it was sad. It was sad. Brady was pissed. I don't blame him. They need and the defense did a great job. You hold Aaron Rodgers and Packers to 14 points. You should win on your home turf. They know it. So it's a matter of get right, and then if they get the key players in during the stretch. Now this next several weeks, if they can weather the storm, that's good. If they can't, then they're going to fall further behind. There's no doubt. You can just feel it. So, excuse me. I'm about ready to lose my voice again. But you can just feel it on the team. Again, they have to weather this storm. If they can, they can. If they can't, then it may be too late. But it's never too late with my boy Brady. It's never too late with my boy Brady. That's right. It's never too late. So yeah, the Buccaneers are just, how are we gonna find ourselves? Yeah, and bottom line is, and Brady said this so politically correct. He said, "Well, we need our A players. We need our we need our starters." Simple as that. We're asking guys that are not elite to get somewhat raise their game up another level, but at some point in time, they can only raise their game up a certain level. And Brady just said, I need my super athletes. So I need my aim team. I need my starters. So again, seeing whether they can weather the storm, that's the key. Yeah. So the Packers win. Next game, my final game. I'm there. This is it. This is the final game. The final game is, excuse me, the 49ers, Broncos, and then Broncos win 11-10 by 1 point. They won by 1 point, and yeah, my boy. Oh my God, Russell Wilson. They win by 1 point. In Bronco Stadium. It was a clash of the Shanahan tradition, Mike Shanahan tradition of Broncos, and then his son Kyle Shanahan being the coach of the 49ers, and Garoppolo starting for the first time, making bonehead mistakes, stepping on the end line, giving up 2 points to the Broncos. Again, Garoppolo's a nice story, and he's the best fit for the 49ers, like I said last week. And of course, with my boy Deebo Samuel. Did you see how Deebo Samuel ran the ball? He don't play. And he has an excellent complimentary wide receiver. And they were ready to play. It's just that they could not finish third downs. The Broncos defense was stepping up, getting sacks. And then the play calling, let me say, still learning. They're still learning the adjustment of the play calling. Yeah, Russell excited he was really excited during the press conference. But you can see Russell Wilson was still struggling. And then you can see that Russell said, I need to be creative. I need to get back just being creative. And he was just throwing the ball all types of ways, just creating plays, creating first downs. Because again, Nathaniel Hackett, his play calling is predictable. He even called in, I really like what they said. They even called in a specialist, a senior football analyst to join his team to maximize, their play calling, but also to streamline things, to get things out in a hurry. It did help in the play calling, but Nathaniel Hackett's play calling has to be more creative. It's too conservative right now. It's constraining Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson still doesn't have the timing down with his wide receivers. It was very apparent. So again, they're just they're figuring out things. And as Russell Wilson said in the press conference afterwards, he said, "We got to stack wins. This is a way." Find a way to stack wins. That's all we need to do. We'll get it together down the road. But he knows that his consistency has to build and it has to build now. So just get the win, and of course, they managed to win a very big, another emotional game for the Denver Broncos against my San Francisco 49ers. So both teams I really love, but it came down to that one point, and it also comes down to Russell Wilson making plays. Let's ride! Let's ride! Yeah, he's still my boy! Let's ride! Let's ride! So I rode with the Broncos. It was cool. But they got a long way to go. We know that. And even Russell Wilson knows they got a long way to go. So it's cool. But just stack some wins together. Manage to get a win. And that's what other teams need to do. But it's a long season. It's just 3 games, y'all. It's just 3 games, and that's the gist of week number 3. Stack the wins together, find a way to come back. And the only 2 teams who would have predicted after 3 weeks that the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles would be 3-0. Yeah. Only expert would say that would have predicted that. It's Football 101. It's Football 101. So as I say in all my productions of Football 101, thanks for joining in. Please like and subscribe. Please send me an email whether you like the show or not. It's okay. I'm just having fun. I'm just throwing down on a Wednesday and having fun. So send me an email, send me a shout out, one way or another. It's all good. But the only thing I know is, let's